I read, for that I study. For that I do not be content with the last book read. I want another. What moves us is Ghana, well administered, of course. If you have not seen greed, Ghana, desire, the desire to go beyond. And what is desire? Is it the satisfaction? No, it is not. Desire is not satisfaction. Desire is the absence. What moves me is not what I have. What moves me is what I don't have. And this is fantastic. What moves us as people is not what we have already achieved, is what we don't have to move yet. It's not like this. In our effective spiritual life is the same thing. From time to time, we are slaughtered by difficulties, and we need to live resilience. We have tired of saying this here. It is part of our daily reflection that suffering is inevitable in our lives, because we are creatures, because we are fallible, because we are precarious. And it's no problem to recognize that. Sometimes we interpret suffering in a very mistaken way as a consequence of sin. I like to see beyond. Suffering, it is natural in everything that is creature. Because we suffer from boundaries, we are not perfect. But at the same time, suffering can help this imperfection have felt. When we find out what hurts us wisely, as the music says, the stones that can be cut. The human being, my people, he has an impressive ability of overcoming. They call it resilience. I already explained this here. It is equal to winter. We are in a very beautiful time. If you climb de Campos du Jordão, you will see that the trees are all naked. The leaves have fallen. Because it is not time for vanity. If that tree wants to survive, it cannot insist on keeping the leaves green. You look at that tree, and even have the temptation to think that she died. He finished. You can go down the axe in it. That is for nothing. Let's make wood. Lie. Then, when you arrive in late August and early September, those trees are all renewed. What seemed dead is full of life now. My people, we need to do the same thing every time we are visited by the winters of life. You need to focus on the essentials. What keeps us up? Then you start listing and scratch the nonsense we are taking over our lives. What keeps us up? Our social commitments? What keeps us alive? Are the parties we participate in? All of this is important when we have conditions. If you have a financial difficulty, for example, you have to cut costs. It is not how it works. Because if you don't cut costs, you go bankrupt. Oh, okay, I could afford a gardener. I could afford to have a person who helped me in the kitchen, and I had a storage. Then, suddenly, your husband loses his job or reduces his salary. You will have to reduce. It is resilience within the family context. We can adapt to new financial conditions. Just as a raw diamond, we may not even recognize it, because it does not seem to be diamond because it has not yet passed the cut. Diamond in a gross state is a stone like the others. Only the clinical eye, the technical eye, identifies that inside it has shine. And so the hard blow to be able to remove the excesses. We are the same thing. Diamonds in gross states that need to be cut. Diamonds that need the hard blow of the tombstone, not the tombstone of the cut, so that we can make shine what is inside. Many situations, they will not come to the moment we want. Time has its pace. And here comes that initial question. The prophetic dimension of my baptism denounces me. So I denounce myself daily. And this is also prophecy. You ask yourself, you are able to look at you. You can be able to look at what you are living and ask yourself what I need to do to adapt to it. So I don't suffer beyond the account. So I can be able to manage this difficult moment with wisdom, with dignity. And then, even though you don't have the clear answer before your eyes, you are able to proceed. We don't always get it. We find people who fail their suffering every day. People who do not know how to live the contradiction of pain. Because pain is contradictory territory. When we are visited by acute suffering, It is as if the coherence of the world leaves. It is as if we could not afford the pieces of the mosaic we are, or give meaning to each part. The pain, it seems to shatter our entirety, because sometimes because of the pain we feel, we make hasty decisions. I myself followed a case of a lady who lost her husband and son in an accident, and she in the early 15. I wanted to adopt a child immediately to death, the loss of those loved ones. Of course, it is not wise to do such a business. The option T,